Alright, putting up the Suncast. Just going to record this from the get-go yesterday, but of course the forecast showed me no rain, and then as soon as I put that floor, it started raining, you can tell. Then we had a storm come through. So your main thing is getting it on a flat surface, in which I tried to level that out as best I could. It's better to go on a concrete pad or make a flooring for it and put it on wood flooring, but it's got to be level as much as you can. So it's 7x7. This one here I think I did 15 years ago. It definitely needs cleaning and a paint job, but they last. Matter of fact, that stuff on that one is a little bit stronger material than this stuff. Just wanted to go over briefly some things you need to know. It's pretty simple when you get the flooring in. You start here at this wall and you just go all the way around, and once you get that in, you put these front end, this is the back end, front, and then you got your front. Next thing I did was put those metal brackets in, put that bar. Now there's another guy that's got a video pretty detailed. His bar that I noticed on his video is upside down, so you want that open part to be up. That's what the instructions show. Not sure if it matters, but and in here, the funny thing is they only, they got all these other spots for holes, but unless it's for something else, I don't think I have any more material. So if you know, that one goes there. Just bolt that in up to the top, and then I'll show you, lay out your stuff. Let me find looking for my paperwork. Yeah, 1 second. Alright, so the paperwork, let me get here in the shade. So the next thing, actually what I'm working on now, is you just got to put these insulations around these, lets the light in. And you just cut it with a scissor right there, put them on before I put the roof on. Okay, so when it comes to this, your screws and things that you want to work, mainly the main focus on this booklet, because this will overwhelm you, so that's why you watch other people's videos. Just like I said, you put this in, start there, you go around, and then just to lock them in as you go, it's this piece right here. I got one left. That I got to make an adjustment here to get this one in there, but normally they just line up the holes and you screw them in, and then you just go, like I said, it's actually pretty simple. It's just that the main screws you're going to, most of them you're going to use is this one. I haven't even touched this one yet. It's crazy. I still got those pieces. Anyway, again, the main focus that you're going to want to focus on in here is when you're looking at a part or what you're doing, it tells you what nuts, bolts to use. And so all the page you're going to mainly use. Yeah. Right here is going to be this page. So it tells you, for instance, it's going to be like QQ or LL, JJ, and it tells you how many, when you're doing the project, how many you're going to need. So you just follow that. So it'll, like for instance right here, it'll tell you NN times 8. That's it. Basically you're just going to flip back and forth between which ones to use, and then you just follow right along. You can look at the other guy's video. That's what I was looking at, different parts and knowing what I needed to do next. So this metal one here will be the long one. It fits. This one here is the shorter one. And then, you know, it's nothing difficult. It's a one-person job. The only problem when I was pushing these in, I was wanting to use a little force, so I kept pushing the walls. So it would have been nice, but I think if it's completely level, you're not going to have a problem. I wasn't completely level. Then the last thing I got is to put these the mesh netting up on the just to let air in there, not let the bees in, or the wasp. So I'll just keep showing, and then when I'm all said and done, I got to cut this out. I wanted to line it up right with the other one, so I'll be taking that out. Yep, right. Got the little garden going. They got a couple of grapevines in there too. I bought at Aldi's. No, it doesn't have nothing to do, but they're going pretty good. So, looks like I got one tomato going. Nothing big in the garden, pretty simple. So, the old one, 7x7, you know, I might as well think the other one is about the same size. I thought this one was going to be bigger, but they look like they match up. And then in between here, I can use whatever I put. I got a lot of stuff to put in between there. I got a lot of wood, and actually I wanted to get that kind of inside, but inside this shed once I get her. So. Also, if you're going to work and it's hot, make sure you keep your metal parts in the shade. Quick tip. That was a quick tip. Alright, so just back to all the pieces that go in here. I'm not sure why they in the directions show that bar the opposite way up, but it has to be actually like the guy has it in his video where it's open, the bottom piece, because I just took it back out and reversed it around. I was looking at the example and it showed it the other way, and it works like that. That way you can fasten the bolt at the top. So again, you put your, first thing you do is you get the thing on level ground, your floor, and then you just start putting these pieces in, these screws all the way around. And then you put your front, that rear piece in there. There's that metal. Put your other metal brackets. Put that bar across. Put the middle one in. Just like that. You start putting the roof on now. Alright, so when you start working on the roof, this is the first piece. That front will be the first piece to go on, and then you can start putting your roof on. Alright, so when you do this roof, put that top piece in, and you got to bring in the sides, or the tops, your fronts, left front, and they're marked. Left front, and you got your right front, and then they have to pop in these little slots up here, which is right there, and then you got to use the washers with the rubber. And then I started here and right there, and then I went across. Haven't done this side yet. So this is the hardest part so far, painting a butt, but they pop in, they pop in their spots, but you got to do it. This has got to maneuver underneath the top and then secure it. Alright, follow up. I want to tell you a story about what happened here with the storm that came through. So, cutting this sucker out, these logs here, they're telephone poles, so they're a beast. And it took some time to get that sucker out with my chainsaw. Right there. And then what I'm going to do here is this older style Suncast. I'm going to paint the doors the same, get everything kind of touched up to look identical. Alright. Okay, so what happened was last week we had a storm come through. And the part that I didn't put on was this locking mech part. So I just had the doors were okay, so Sioux Falls Airport clock winds at 77 miles per hour. So what happened was I came out in the morning because I heard the storm. I remember it was really a cool night. Had my window open. So I heard that storm come through. It was crazy. I could hear my trees just rocking. I come out in the morning. Both doors, one's hanging out, one's pushed in. So I had one door pushed in, one out. Moved a foot off the base, so it was like crooked. So I had to come and reset everything, and then I got metal brackets to support that. These come with it here, but I bought some metal, different ones right there. Supported all the way around. I just want to tell you my honest opinion. I wouldn't waste your money. I mean, unless you got this, you ever got a major storm that's going to come through, it's going to rock it down. There's no comparison. I mean, this is old. This is 20 years. There's no comparison to the base of this one. Even though it needs a touch up with the solid compared to the cheap material they built that one. So I don't know, I'm not impressed. I was not impressed with that. So we'll see what happens. I mean, it looks good. It's got ways to let light in there with the roof. I don't know if anybody else has had problems, but I just don't think these can take major storms. So I'm bolting it down every which way I can, do whatever I can to secure it. Now this thing over here is taking some of the biggest. If you ain't seen my channel, I got storms that rock through here. And till next time.